Okay, so I believe this deck 5-0 to Moto League, and it's definitely a little ambitious. So we've got Esika's Chariot splashed into a Mardu deck here. And then we've got a little bit of a lesson learned package with these four for Sciences, Fumes, and Mascot Exhibition. And then we've got like some Can't Stay Aways and like this Blood sub theme and 4 Fable of the Mirror Breaker. We got some Meathook Massacre, so that can't be too bad, chat. Let me interested to see if we can cast our spells consistently throughout the course of this. So let's pop on into some matches with this and see if we're about to be let down or not. In the just chatting category still. Thank you. It's from the bounty board. All right, Jake. Jake walked in with food for me at the same time everything was going on, and then we had the deck voting. Appreciate the poke. Okay, so we can blood token the Chariot into the bin and then draw a white source and Greasefang it back next turn? Am I picking up what this deck is putting down? All right, easy game. Seems pretty good. Hey, thanks Trevor just checked out the Every Play promo. Appreciate you. You can submit a deck using the form on my site, or you can hang on to it once you figure out what you want to do with Neo stuff. I'm gonna attack with all of these here, and then, yeah, they block, so now we just Meathook for 2, right? And we'll grab Environmental Sciences here, so we can get a forest. Man, 4 mana, no plays. It's a pretty unlucky opponent. Whoa, they actually had no plays. That's so weird. Okay, so we Chariot, and then we Deadly Dispute the Chariot, and then we reanimate the Chariot and attack with it? Okay. Okay, I'm sold, chat. I know we've played like half a game, but like, I'm in. All in, okay? Well, it's good to see you back in chat again, Faith Princess. Remember, you do have that Prime sub too, so if you enjoy my stuff and your financial situation doesn't allow a normal sub, Prime subs are just as good, but either way. Hope things hit on the upswing for you. They did have the Emperor, they just wanted to bait us into attacking with this. That's fine, we have another Chariot here for later.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
Why do we crew with that instead of cats? Because I didn't want to attack this into an Emperor. That was likely that they had, based on their play patterns.
Let your blade do the talking.
Oh, it gets tapped anyways. Yeah, I'm dumb. In my head, Emperor said attacking, chat. Chat is correct. What are you trying to do, dude?
I go clean up everywhere.
Okay, well, you don't need to clean my office, okay? You can help mommy clean upstairs if you want to be a good helper. Love you, dude. And they block like this, they die, right? Because 3 of my things are dying and they're taking 6. Good job. Good job. Might be something to this Meathook Massacre card, chat. Just maybe. Maybe might be. Yeah, they could have blocked with the lifelinker and not died, is correct. Their board would have been messed up. I don't know, chat. I think regardless of what my opponent did, they were probably dead there. So, they have really messed up their counting at the end, but it probably didn't matter. I think these 4s are better than Fable. It's close, though. Fable is a discard outlet, which is kind of nice. Spent my entire balance of shillings at red-white Reanimator, but I'm almost glad it lost. Yeah, they were 2 pretty good choices, to be fair. We are still reanimating things in this deck. It's very, very true. I'm just chilling here. I might dispute plus Vanishing Verse this turn. We'll see what they do.
then guide it like water. Show them how we greet our enemies.
It's a shame we didn't draw a Chariot there, chat. If we'd have drawn a Chariot, we would have been able to ditch it, play this, and then KO their Emperor. I think I did the main storyline and all major side quests in Forbidden West, and I think I was like 30 to 35 hours. You can check the playlist on my YouTube channel and like sum total the video times. 30 to 35, I believe, though.
Keep watch for intruders.
Yeah, really wanted to draw a card there. Unfortunate we didn't. I guess we just get to go Red Source Double Harvester. I'm also notably very good at not getting distracted when I play games though, Joe, so there's a chance your playthrough will be longer if you fart around a little bit more than I do. Let's take this hit. We're at 22.
Protect the people.
We're so bad at drawing cars, chat. I guess if I kill the Redeem, I could just play Sorin and make a vampire here. I kind of don't hate that. A good resource too, MTG Joe, if you Google game name plus time to beat, there's a website that pulls people and averages it, and I'll tell you like main storyline estimate, completionist estimate, stuff like that. That's usually what I look at when I'm looking to gauge
Deal with this annoyance.
when I'm looking to gauge how long I'm gonna allot for something on stream. If I want to start a long game or a short game as my next thing, and then which one.
I have got new moves. to
Oh,
teach you.
I didn't account for Emperor. Yeah, I guess I should have just harvested this.
I won't let this be over.
I guess if I harvester this, they just +1/+1 one of these though. Okay, this sequence of having waited means that I can harvester their Spellbinder and then Vampire kill their Emperor, which is good. Oh crap, I don't have second white. I forgot I had Emperor in my deck. Huh. Okay, so that can turn into second white for next turn. 4-color mana bases, chat. They make the brain rot. This is second white adjacent.
Have much to learn.
We're all greased up with nowhere to go, chat. All right, deck, one of your finest meat hooks, please. Think vampire tokens is kind of gassed here. Listen, chat, if there's one piece of advice you walk away from this stream with, it's make sure your standard deck is playing cards that were nerfed in Alchemy.
Remember your training.
I am doing well, Jackie. Hope the YouTube stuff still gets you by. Thanks for the 32 months. Welcome back. Maybe I'm not supposed to tap Greasefang because of Emperor.
You deal with this annoyance.
9 enchantments is super reasonable.
Oh, it's on.
I think we're in the process of stabilizing here, huh? Got one card left. Even if they answer my Greasefang here, I've just got so much left over. Sweet. Good stuff. Impressive, impressive first match for, I'm not gonna lie, chat, this deck looked like a real pile, but that kind of hummed along exactly like it was drawn up, huh? Really, really neat mix of cards this has going on. Yeah, Greasefang had like a brief stint in the sun in Historic doing Perihelion things. Definitely a little bit more fair card in this archetype for sure. The Greasefang deck is a legitimate deck in Pioneer. Are great other graveyard decks less popular in Pioneer then? It's definitely fallen like completely out in Historic because there's just so much graveyard hate because of Phoenix being popular. One of your finest black sources, please. I mean, that's like black source adjacent. Yeah, we obviously haven't played with new Capenna yet, but I think Neo Kamigawa is one of the best standard sets we've had in a long time. The designs in it are great. A lot of interesting looking designs in Capenna as well. Phoenix is also one of the best decks in Pioneer. That's interesting. Game 1 Return to Nature. Okay. Rude, but I mean, not unreasonable, but still rude. Phoenix doesn't get Faithless Looting in Pioneer, but it gets to play, it doesn't get Faithless Looting, but it gets to play, let's draw Greasefang here, but it gets to play, what's the card I'm thinking of? It gets to play Treasure Cruise, right? So it's less explosive, more grindy, which probably gives people more counterplay. Yeah, so it's more controlling with stuff like Thing in the Ice. It doesn't get to play Dragon Rage Chandler either. Both Darcy and
Under my reach, neither vampire nor human.
So
You fight for
with
me.
my creature land here, we actually get to KO the Sorin this turn, right? Or I can just Greasefang. Yeah, that sounds great. You don't have Unholy Heat, yeah. What an incredibly fair deck in comparison to what goes on in this format. Or is that not this format, but Historic? Okay, so I could sack the Chariot to Deadly Dispute to put it back into the bin, but I think I'd rather just let it go back to hand. There's a good chance they kill Greasefang next turn, right? And if they kill Greasefang, I'd like to have Chariot in hand so I can hard cast it using this treasure next turn. And if they don't kill Greasefang, I can play Bloodtithe Harvester, loot the Chariot, and then still attack with it. So we have two different permutations next turn that are pretty good.
Dire times call for dire.
Shadow's Verdict. Not quite Meathook Massacre, but close. Okay, and then actually I want to just kill Sorin this turn, right? And then I notably do not want to play Harvester because this treasure is currently my only green source. So if I cast Harvester, I won't be able to Chariot the following turn.
I am vengeance, bloody and righteous.
Actually, infinite we this format.
My servant. I'm busy.
I'm gonna run the risk of a 2-mana removal spell here to try and kill Sorin. I was gonna attack Friendo, but now I don't have to, so thank you. Shadow's Verdict is like the 8th best sweeper in the format. It's funny because it's sad.
Blood for knowledge. A fair trade.
A fair trade. Oh, they drew Field of Ruin, so their Sorin gets to live my Hive now as well. Well, I guess if they field me, I get to get a forest, which is nice. Both have a lot of cards in hand. Excuse me?
You deal with this annoyance.
Yeah, I think we make this attack. Because if they block anything with Thorn Clicks, I can Meathook for 4.
Know that I will not abandon my quest.
Hmm?
Welcome to I do hope you're learning something from your mistakes.
Did we just die? I think we just died. We're actually exactly dead, right? I take 4 and then I block here. Yeah, GG. Sick deck. Entropy Engine, thanks for the entire year. Welcome back. Quarth, thanks for chilling for 45 months. Closing in on the 4 years. Vanishing Verse and Infernal Grasp seems good. No, Can's right. You have to choose what you're targeting this when you attack with it. You have to have a treasure already in play when this ability goes in the stack. I don't want to approach this matchup. Can't stay. I don't know that this card is playable. There's so much exile in this format, and they're playing Shadow's Verdict as their sweeper. And they have March. It seems not great. These cards both seem really mediocre against their, what's it called? Their Vorn clicks. I mean, we're boarding an extra spot removal post-board, so what I should have done there is, my brain didn't process that the, what's it called, was gonna get to alt right away. So I actually had 2 blood tokens in play there, and I could have taken 2 draws at one of our removal spells to kill the Vorn clicks in response to Onyx, so. We can't rabbit cards off the top to know if I would have saved myself by not clicking through there, but definitely a mistake not to go digging for removal spells in that instance. Crackpipe Kid, thank you for the 27 months. Howdy, howdy, happy Friday. Oh, I could have blocked. I forgot the, what's it called, that flying. You're right. We could have lived on one Archivist. I think you're right that we're still dead, but you're also correct that I wasn't dead that turn. We're gonna draw land Greasefang here, chat. It's gonna be great. Yeah, Voldaren Epicure is a really neat take on the like, faithless looting creature archetype. I'll put a stop on my start of turn here because we might Deadly Dispute in response to Chapter 2 of the Mirror Breaker. Hey, what? You have 2 for 1 my token. That's rude. It's just a good card, Wargy. Playing good cards is busted. You heard it here first, folks. It's a trap! It's a trap! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. Wait, what? You're exiling before I play my stuff? God bless us, everyone. Deal Areno. Why play good cards when you can play synergistic cards that when combined properly are slightly worse than good cards? Asking the real hard-hitting questions, Beetle. Great, off to the races we go. Hold on to this land for now in case we had another blood producer. Grab the forest out of our deck here. To exile Lair of the Hydra. Actually gonna hold 2 lands in this deck because of the one, we have plenty of lands in play already, and 2, the Kiki card gives us 2. They're dead if their cards brick. Sweet. Going to game 3. Gosh, the density of sweepers that they have makes me think I want more discard spells, huh? Being able to know those are coming seems pretty important. Let's have a lot of exile. My Eyetwitch seems not great. Do this. Let's do this. Give it a try. I accept your terms. I just grab my forest, right? Does the red really add anything? I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Gosh, they're playing Meathook Massacre too? They're actually just playing Tribal Sweepers.deck, chat. Factually just playing Tribal Sweepers the deck. We've had a few questions about Fable at this point. And if there's one thing you walk away from this stream understanding about the card Fable of the Kiki-Jiki, it should be this. Fable of the Kiki-Jiki would not be a playable card if the third chapter of the saga had to be good in your deck. Because you, generally speaking, aren't going to get to activate that tap ability on the third chapter. It's going to die in most reasonable games of Magic before it gets there. Fable of the Kiki-Jiki is good because it provides 2 threats that are typically must answer in a single card, and it provides some hand smoothing on the in-between. Yeah, that's a good way to think about it for someone that's familiar with the older card. Fable is similar to a more mid-rangey version of History of Vidalia. I really like that summary. Agree strongly with that take. Chris, thank you for the over 3 years. Welcome back. Howdy, howdy. There aren't any cards in our bin, but I will play out a 4-3 so we can start attacking. Comparable to Seasoned Pyromancer. That's a neat thought. This stops my thing from bringing stuff back, but that's fine, right? We'll just cast our spells. This is my 4-3 for 3, chat. So it's gonna attack. Actually, Grafdigger's Cage does not prevent Greasefang from bringing vehicles back into play. It only stops creatures from entering from the graveyard and spells from being cast from the discard pile. So technically, Weather Runestone is much better than Grafdigger's Cage here. Sorry, chat. I really need to shave. I've got the neck beard is like really thick right now. And sometimes it just grabs a hold of me and doesn't let go. Remember, chat, just because you have a nice beard doesn't mean you have to have a neck beard. I am doing swell, Jonathan. Thanks for the 20 months. Welcome back. Life is good. Happy Friday. Got me.
Out of my way. I have a wedding to stop. You wish to know my secret?
Alright, so there's a card on top of their deck that costs enough mana that they didn't want to reveal it. It's probably just a sweeper, right? My money's on there's an expensive sweeper on top of their deck, and I'm gonna cast Greasefang. This is much worse against Professor Onyx. But they have way more sweepers than Professor Onyx in their deck, right? He says before getting Professor Onyx. Again, gonna hold lands past 7 here, so that way... Huh.
I am the Emperor of Hive, and I will protect my people. My
Yeah, we'll do a set review before it releases on Magic Arena. For people that haven't been keeping up, Wizards decided to treat digital players as second-class citizens for this release. And New Capenna doesn't release on Magic Arena until April 28th. So there's still almost 2 weeks until the set release for us. So I'm not in a rush to
Get started, then. May your blade strike true.
to get it done. But why? I would assume their pre-release numbers have been way down, and they are trying... No, releases and paper on the 22nd, chat. Almost a full week. Is it 22nd? It's almost a full week before. Yeah, it's 22nd in paper, 28th in digital. I would assume their paper pre-release numbers are down, so they want to try and figure out, is digital impacting their pre-release numbers? I'm gonna make this attack because this way our flying creature is lethal next turn. Do I Greasefang so I beat a flying blocker? It's much worse against the sweeper. If they draw Purge or a Meathook, it's really bad. Yeah, they don't have that many flying blockers, he says. And their main flying blocker is probably Sorin, right? And if they draw Sorin, this doesn't beat it anyways. And Sorin and Emperor both get us regardless, right? Close game. Good set. Bonus deck was sweet. The Vorn clicks into Planeswalker Ultimate got us real good in the first game. Alright, I'm gonna make a small adjustment here. I think the the can't stay aways are really, really mediocre. There's just too much exile in this format. I'm gonna turn those. What do I want to turn these into, chat? I want to turn the can't stay aways into different magic cards. I kind of want I kind of want one more car. Guys, like play a another Surgehacker Mech. This card's fine. And maybe just like another Vanishing Verse. I wouldn't hate another learn creature either. Professor of Symbology has been pretty reasonable. I feel like it's like Verse or a Professor. Vanishing Verse is pretty good. You're rarely sad to draw Verse in this format. Like a pretty generically good magic card. Seven mana 7/7 feels a little ambitious. Afternoon, Kyle. Our opponent is rank 31. Green-white cards they're playing at rank 31. The Duress deck was great. Very, very good at start deck. Until Historic sees some fundamental changes, I'm just gonna stick to my guns of we're only playing good established archetypes. Don't like alchemy cards. We play alchemy almost every day on this stream. One of the neat things about Magic is it's a game with lots of different formats though. And for example, this deck that we're currently playing would not be nearly as powerful in alchemy because Esika's Chariot has different text there. If you're looking for some fun alchemy decks, you can check out my YouTube channel here. There's a playlist on the front page there with lots of different alchemy decks in it. I actually think alchemy is in a pretty reasonable spot, Kyle. The mono green deck self-balanced the format a good bit. The green deck has a good matchup into red-black, which in turn has opened up the format to a good bit of variety.
I'm busy.
Technically, I should attack with these before I play my spells here, but it's whatever they're taking for regardless. I guess this attack means if they kill both my things, they can kill my Sorin now. Yeah, maybe I should leave back one cat to play around double removal.
Know that I will not abandon my quest.
I will not abandon my quest. A Doom Scar, or it's either a Doom Scar or it's gonna make 4/4 angels. One of the two. Yeah, I think literally the only thing I wish Pokemon Unite was doing that they haven't in terms of balance, I would like to see some balance passes on the held items. Other than being slow to update held items, their current balance state is very, very good, in my opinion. This might be lethal. Yeah, it is Sunnyback. This current standard format is the best post-fire design standard format that we've had. Not close. You need to bring me pictures of Surgehacker Mech. It's a menace. I'd be surprised if they update the creeps in the main map, Kyle. I think maybe rotating the center objective with other legendary Pokemon could be neat, but... Alright, so they've died to Meathook Massacre? This card's so dumb. Oh, it's so dumb, chat! Such balance, much wow. Such balance, much wow. Surgehacker, showing why it's worth the extra copy there. Need the spot removal. 5's probably plenty. Do I want my Showdown of the Skalds here? Game feels like it could get grindy, but I guess we could also just get run over on the draw. Just do this. Trim some top end, bring in some more spot removal. Valk Layout, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. How did you win that game? I burned them out with my sweeper. Oh. Listen, chat. I don't know that you can realistically put a price on how good Meathook Massacre is, But if I personally were to try and put a price on how good Meathook Massacre is, I'd go with about $61.03, which realistically, it's even less valuable than it used to be even a week ago. So who knows? Get them now while the value is good. Slower than it was last week. While there are a lot of justifiable complaints about the Magic Arena economy and things that could be improved, I definitely feel like my own feelings on it have been blunted by playing Paper Magic for 2 decades. Because while the arena economy is explicitly and intentionally flawed in many ways, I grew up playing Paper Magic. It's so much worse. Did our opponent AFK? They're ranked 31, so I can't imagine they AFK'd, right? Maybe something emergency came up for him? Why is Paper Magic worse than Magic Arena? Artificial scarcity. That's why Meathook Massacre is currently $70 in paper. $61, whatever you want to call it. Depending on what kind of reach you can get. Underground Seas are $750 for white bordered copies. So someone came in the other day and told me they bought a playset of heavily played Volcanic Islands for $1,400, and it was just like, good God. It's a mythic rare, Michael. What could it cost? $69? Come on now. I think it's fine. If we draw a rat, chat, we have our nut straw here. Give me a grease mechanic. Yeah, the bubble has to stop somewhere though, right, Hasty? And at a certain point, I have to imagine they get to a price where it becomes difficult to actually find someone to sell them to. What's going on, Bread Boxer? Afternoon. Now, chat. You don't even have to go back into super old formats to get other expensive cards. This card's like $70 on Moto. 50, 60, something like that. Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see, and by interesting I mean depressing and terrifying, how the current housing market plays out. Because the 2008 bubble was because of bond-backed nonsense, so this is gonna be at a minimum a little bit different this time through. You share a cube with a friend that's probably about $20,000. Good God. You know what I would do, Aimbot? I would take that cube to Kinko's, I would sell it, and then I would go to Kinko's and print out high-quality proxies and sleeve them. I've actually thought about doing that a couple of times. If I ever get to a point where I have a group that wants to play Paper Magic, printing out a high-quality proxy cube sounds like the best way to play Paper Magic. There's my Grease boy. I'm gonna not crew with Greasefang because I want to... what's the word I'm searching for? I want to be able to not have it die to the Emperor. I'm gonna Vanishing Verse Redeem before it can block my 2/2. Yeah, giving Esika's Chariot haste is great. Well, Chariot's legendary, so you can't actually copy it with Kiki Jiki. But if we copy Surgehacker Mech, yeah, we'll have to recrew it. Wonder how many rank points they lost for that. They're pretty high up there. I don't know what that is or how it will work, Ebot, so probably not. Afternoon Blue Fire. All right, let's do one more match with this deck because it's been sweet, and then we will we'll swap on over to some Pokemon Unite. Links aren't a big deal, Agenda. Flesh and Blood TCG gets its name because that's what you have to spend in order to acquire cards to play it. So I'm sure proxying is probably a contentious issue in that community as well for casual play. Jeremy Dangles, thanks for the follow. There's a big giant YouTube channel full of wonderful magic stuff. Or if I could make a swimming recommendation, you should hang out for some Pokemon Unite because it's great. I think we just need to kill Florian. So I haven't played Pokemon TCG in recent memory, but they're actually supposed to be coming out with a new digital client later this year. And when they do, I plan to stream a bit of it. But when I did play Pokemon TCG, their economy stuff was a lot more player friendly. They did like a lot of like box printings of popular staples to make sure people could afford to play the game. Gosh, 4 mana and no plays. How incredibly unlucky, opponent. Lose the excitement of live mana screw? Listen, teammates griefing in MOBAs is very adjacent to mana screw.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming. Keep watch for intruders.
I didn't realize you were looking for mana screw though. I'll link you my RedTube profile as opposed to my YouTube channel. Hold on.
Let your
Gotta make sure we deliver what the people want. No blocks here. Oh yeah, I guess there's a chance I want to dispute before this happens. Good call. I think we're gonna rummage this, this sanctum here. Actually, I guess, do I want to rummage this? I'm probably deadly disputing the blood, right?
I will show you what happens when the aren't I generous?
Alright, so there's an Esika's Chariot, but I'm out of rummages at this point. Oh no, Jeremy, that was the long wait in between game 1 and game 2. You are our person that was ranked top 30, right? Be careful walking and computing, shit. Get rid of the Lolth
I
here.
return to the abyss.
I have got new moves to teach you.
I think it's really funny that the Digimon card game about digital monsters is the only like modern card game that doesn't have a digital client. Maybe I'm supposed to trade this here too, actually. Yeah, I think I was supposed to block here. Yeah, they just re-released the Digimon card game. The Professor, Tolarian Community College has a good video. Oh, it had First Strike, never mind, JK. I was testing you and E-Plague passed. Here. I could have a Vanishing Verse here for the Chariot. They do not. They're just trading off. Deal. Meathook gets all of it. It's really gross triggers. I don't want to click the link and get lost midstream, Beansy, but do they have a timeline or just like happening eventually?
to wandering.
The fact that these tokens sacrifice and trigger Meathook is also really good / gross. So next turn, we'll get to rummage away Esika's Chariot with the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and then we'll get to Greasefang, bring it back, and get a big attack in. That's fine. We have power word kill to get rid of the Volky. Surprised the Night Token didn't attack. If they have a removal spell for Greasefang, we could maybe be in trouble. They're getting priority because they have some kind of spell. My last time subbing through the Twitch app. The website works wonderful, I promise, Russell. Thanks for the prime. Good to have you around still. Got me.
Maybe safer. I am almost sad to see
Papa
you
Boom.
go.
Thanks for the follow. Good afternoon. If they have a sweeper, they could still be in this game. But they need a big play next turn. You're playing Greasefang plus Chariot double Kikis? I mean, just like getting Chariot with haste has been really good. On the back of Epicure or Professor of Symbology learning to rummage on 2, we could actually Greasefang on 3 and then Chariot and attack with it has been really strong. So Meathook was obviously lovely there. Vanishing Verse actually seems kind of mediocre against their deck. I guess it tags Kiki. I think I want these Grasp for killing Florian is a pretty important must answer card. I don't know that I like these 4-mana Planeswalkers up here. I'm kind of think I might just want to drag the curve of this deck down a little bit. Maybe play some more learn cards. Verse considers playing word. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave the 2 main deck verses in, but I don't think I'm going to bring in the 3rd. I had low expectations for this deck going in, chat. It definitely thoroughly exceeded them. Basically, Mardu splash Chariot off of treasures. I really love the design space Wizards has leaned into by using the treasure mechanic more. It feels really good. This is a turn 3 Surgehacker. A little bit worse than turn 3 Chariot, but it's still fine. Just draw Chariot next turn, chat. 5 head. I think if I Greasefang this turn, it's like 0% to live. I guess they're auto-passing. Maybe they just have nothing. That does get more value down the line too, though, if the Surgehacker gets to dome something. They do have some of the fanciest. Sweet. This Esika's Chariot card might be pretty good, chat. Might be something to it. Frank Spur. Thanks for the 3/4 over here. Welcome back. I think this deck is legitimately good, Rufio. I think this deck is good. Calling it 4-color, I think, is even a little bit of a misnomer. Because, like, it's a Mardu deck splashing Esika. Like, there's one green land in the deck, right? We have one forest that we get with our environmental sciences, and then we have treasure producers. It's basically what the deck does. I think I would. We're definitely calling it 4-color for YouTube views. Yeah, big mood. You said that your rake would drop, but then it didn't drop. We were a little bit of a liar, yeah. In fact, yeah, I think what I would do after seeing that play out is I think I would cut those other 4-drops and I would just play, honestly, I think just 2 more professors. It could maybe even be, like, you could just split the difference on these 2, but, like, the upside to professor is, remember that learn, in addition to grabbing a lesson out of the sideboard, can also rummage. So similar to Epicure giving us a blood to loot the Chariot, to play this on 3 to bring back Chariot on 3, you can play Professor on 2 discard the Chariot, play this on 3, bring it back and attack, and just have a ton of board presence. And I think I want to lean into that draw a little bit better. And the lessons are actually pretty good out of the board too. In fact, I might want a I don't even know if I need a 4th one of those in here. Yeah, and I think looking at we had a split of Wandering Emperor 2/2 overall. I think the way things played out, I might want to favor 2 Emperor 0 Sorin. It could also just be true that, like, these Planeswalkers... Actually, you know what I think I would do is... I think I would cut these Planeswalkers in general, and I would play a 3rd Showdown for when I want to grind a little bit. I think Showdown's probably the best 4-mana grindy thing. And then whatever they'll ask her. I don't know if there's another lesson or something for the board. Yeah, actually, maybe playing a couple of Bank Busters could be good. I actually don't hate that suggestion. Because it could just get this back for value in those matchups too. I like that suggestion. For 4 grindy cards on the board, let's do 2 Bank Busters and 2 Showdowns. I think I'd end here after playing with it. But yeah, the core of this felt really good. The Blood plus Learn adds a little bit of discard to enable this along with Kiki. And then ultimately, just the fact that this deck was just a collection of good cards, right? Like, we even just cast Esika's Chariot as a fair card consistently, thanks to our treasures and our learning. So, like, even when this card died or we didn't have it, you just, like, still got to cast this as a generically good card, and, like, copying the token that Fable the Mirror Breaker, the 2/2 initially, and some of the things you're copying were also very good as well.